Welcome back to Bloomberg Voices. My guest today is Najib and Razak, the incoming Premier of Malaysia. Now, some of the other issues that need to be addressed is also the issue of civil liberties and democracy. Your take on that?
The society is changing. Society is more sophisticated. People are concerned about civil liberties. People are concerned about a mature democracy, and I think we have to address that. When you talk about the Internal Security Act, for example, it's a piece of preemptive legislation in the context of combating terrorism, in the context of preventing something ugly to happen, whether it is an act of terrorism or whether it's a racial clash or something like that, whether it's an act of extreme subversion. So I think basically preemptive legislation is necessary, and the countries in the developed world have preventive legislations, and they have more horrific things happening in Guantanamo Bay. Would you agree with that?
Then I was kind of answering that question, but there is room for abuses.
But it has to be applied in a very fair, judicious way. At the end of the day, whatever laws you want to apply in this country, it has to be predicated on a strong popular support for the laws, because otherwise it will be counterproductive. So I'm aware about the debate, and I'm conscious of the fact that people are very concerned about civil liberties.
How do you minimize abuses?
It's incumbent upon the government to think very, very carefully. I use the word judiciously, so that when you apply the law, it is to be seen as being a fair application of the law. I think that's very important, and bearing in mind the change in the society, the concern about civil liberties.
Turning to the economy, which is a big issue for the world, your assessment of the status of Malaysia's economy right now? Some people have said you're possibly in a state of denial, saying that a recession isn't likely at all.
I have the numbers. I have the figures. I am not in a state of denial, because even the IMF has come out openly to say we are likely to achieve 4.8% growth next year. Now that's the IMF saying. That's not just the Malaysian government. What we're saying is that we're likely to achieve 5% this year, thereabouts. Next year, we are looking at the numbers very closely, and I'm expected to announce the new numbers when I wind up the debate in Parliament. But we are aware of the IMF forecast for Malaysia next year.
But Bank Negara Governor Seri has come out to say that 2009 would be about, 4%, which is much less than what the government is estimating.
No, we have come out very openly to say we're reviewing the figures. The figures were issued before the banking and the global financial crisis, which nobody expected, least of all the United States government and the governments in Europe. And when it happened, obviously it has global impact. And so we have to revise our figures like all other countries.
You came up with a stimulus package recently.
Part of a stimulus package.
Okay.
I didn't say it was a total package.
But people were disappointed.
I never said it was a total package. I
What's
said,
in store?
What's in store? Can they wait on the 4th of November?
Now, you've come up to say that,
But I just want to say that it is important for me to send, the right signals, that, the policy response will be market-friendly, will be business-friendly. For example, we're not cutting back on government expenditure. That's important. We came out to say that all deposits are guaranteed. We said that that there's no credit crunch. In fact, credit is expanding in Malaysia. These are good news for the market, good news for the real economy.
Given the current financial turmoil, are you considering guaranteeing interbank lending?
We will monitor that, and we will ensure that there will be enough liquidity in the market, and I'm happy with the level of liquidity today.
How about the ringgit? The ringgit has dropped about 6% against the USD. Are you comfortable with that level? Is there a need to repeg? Your thoughts?
No repegging.
Under any circumstances?
Under any circumstances. And we will continue with the present regime. We're comfortable with it. Let the ringgit be dictated by market forces.
If you take a look at the current government, I mean, Prime Minister Abdullah introduced the 5 growth corridors. Are you likely to continue with that?
We'll continue whatever that's good for Malaysia. I think the corridors will be good for us. It is a long-term plan. I think people forget the fact that it is a long-term development program. Of course, when you announce the 5 corridors, you heighten people's expectations that things will change or happen very fast. But with respect to Iskandar development, this really firm commitment that will really take off.
For the benefit of our viewers, the Iskandar development is the one that you're developing in Johor Bahru.
In Johor, that's right, exactly. Yeah. Yes.
How optimistic are you of that development?
Johor?
Yes.
Yes. I'm very.
What kind of returns? Are you on track?
We are. We're getting a lot of interest, particularly from the Middle East. I think that's Mubadala has reaffirmed its commitment, and we're likely to see sizable investment from the Gulf states in that area, and we hope that investment from other countries will also follow suit.
Are you likely to be a big projects man?
I don't want to be put in a particular category. But I have my own concept of development, and I think it has to be a balanced development. You have to look at all aspects of the concept, a holistic, comprehensive concept of development.
We spoke to a couple of political commentators who say that the economy will be crucial to your leadership. If you can help minimize the impact of the financial crisis on Malaysia's economy, you will garner tremendous support and begin to unite UMNO. Is that a view that you share as well?
In our assessment, economy is the main issue, and I think people are looking towards the government for leadership. We must give the people a sense that whilst we are facing the global financial crisis, and again we're not in a state of denial that we're facing huge challenges, but we must be seen to be able to be steering the country towards a direction that will give them a sense of confidence.
Hang on to that thought. We're going for another short break. Bloomberg Voices will be right back. Welcome back to Bloomberg Live from Hong Kong.
We talk about the implications for policy.
2% spike on Wall Street could translate to some gains.
Meltdown in the U.S. mortgage market.
State-run refineries amounting to $50 billion.
More than 99% of online
music. Back in on Asian stocks now, which fell today.
Watch Emerging Asia on Bloomberg Television. Getting in early on an emerging investment trend could lead to bigger payouts. Still, bigger rewards can come with bigger risks. How do you spot the latest trends in Asia without a crystal ball? We'll focus on Asia's developing economies, new industries and startup companies every Monday, Wednesday and Friday on Bloomberg Live.
The largest equity investor in emerging markets. Emerging market experts, Mirae Asset.
Standard Chartered Bank presents the Rates and FX Update. In your favor with Standard Chartered Bank.